Church. Call to order and amended regular city council meeting on this Monday, December the 8th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Shall we stand for the pledge, flag? Council member, would you lead us, please?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please, city clerk.
Counselor Lacewell,
Here.
Counselor Miller, Counselor Baber, Counselor Parker.
Here. Okay. Item number 4 is approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Make a motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Lacewell,
Hi.
Counselor Baber,
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Miller.
Hi.
Next item is approval of the consent agenda. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Miller,
Hi.
Counselor Baber, Counselor Lacewell.
Hi.
Next item is public input. Do we have any citizen from the city of Red Oaks Downs or others that have been approved to address the governing body? That is a no. Next item is councilors' comments. Councilors. Counselor Miller.
I just want to let the public know that we'll have a children's Christmas party at the senior center on the, wait a minute, on the, no, the 12th was our party, the 20th. I got it. Just give me a minute. Too much going on. The 20th at the senior center, we'll have Santa Claus and
What time?
we'll have, it's actually from, did you change the time, Maria? Huh?
2:30.
2:30 to 5:30?
Yeah.
It's 2:30 to 5:30. And a lot of fun things going on for our children. Santa Claus, of course, and we're hoping to have a lot of fun games for them to do. Maria's got it all planned out. You should be talking about this. Anyway, bring all your grandchildren and let everybody know, and we'll have some posters up and maybe up on the kiosk. Please.
Maria, do you have anything to add?
I will get a flyer out, posted tomorrow.
She's the chairman, so she knows more what's going on.
So we'll have activity, tree lighting, the mayor will do tree lighting, and I'm hoping to squeeze in a story time.
Story time.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
So watch out for the fire.
Somebody barking.
I don't know.
I think council makes one.
We're having a meeting on Wednesday about it, so I'll know more. But on the flyer, we'll just look for the flyers.
Councilor Babers, he and I, sometimes we hear stuff that other people don't hear, but I think this time it's true. I hear it too.
So,
So what is that?
Counselor Lacewell, were you trying to make a comment?
No, I was muted. That wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else report.
Okay. Any other council comments? Okay, under mayor comments, we've got 3 reports, I think, only. First one would be Jeanette Vicendes with the planning services.
Hi,
Hello.
Mayor and members of council. For the month of November, I had 1 building permit, 2 mobile home permits, and 1 animal license permit. And just to let you guys know, we haven't had the Circle K case yet. It's gonna be for the agenda for next Monday. our commissioner used for Circle K. For Circle K to set up at a new location right there next to the Los Agaves restaurant.
Oh.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're new owners from the Circle K, they're not the same.
Yeah. Is there going to be two then, or just?
Yes, too, because they're not the same owners, but the Circle K that just reached out to me, didn't even know there was already a Circle K.
Is this the same one that was it last year that we voted on and had a special, no, 23 had a special election or something for a liquor license?
Yeah.
No, that was for Agave.
Was that
We done the liquor
Yes.
license for Agave when they
Okay.
moved.
Yeah.
And then we done it for these boys down there.
They will have to do the same things. That's fine.
So we're gonna have to have a special meeting to get that, I mean, a special
know.
election.
No,
Counselor Proctor, the special election was merely to have any type of liquor license be transferred in and out of the jurisdiction.
Okay.
So that'd be citywide. So since that election already passed that, any
Don't have to.
liquor license, yeah, it is. We're
Just slap my hand like a little kiss, it don't do it.
good.
any more
I
questions?
rest.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next will be the municipal court and that will be Maria. Doing the monthly report for the court.
Mayor and members of council. So, before you have our monthly report, let's. A lot of the same, the numbers are going up because the court is more officers. This month, we almost doubled from last month. So, in citations from the police department. As well as in our scheduled docket is continuing to grow. And our surcharges are less and less every time because of those old fines, the corrections, judicial and automation fees that used to be attached to all of the citations. And so we've seen that number come down. However, the total are still constantly coming up higher. We were, I believe it was about $4,241.05. Higher than last year. The amounts are going up, but of course, we're not a cash court, so not really that relevant, but I know you like to the numbers. You have any questions? Yes.
Yeah, sir. How come we're reissuing all these warrants? Are we not
So-
catching them the first time or?
Because laws change sometimes and some of these warrants were old Mansell warrants. And they need to be reissued if there's a change that needs to happen. So if there's return mail and they haven't received service, we'll have to reissue them and change the way that they're booked. So sometimes if they were a book and hold, and now they have to change to a book and release if they haven't received proper notice. So just minor details that they're reissued, they're not canceled completely, they're just amended.
Who's not showing up in our police department?
I don't think we had any canceled ones this
Cause officers no show.
last month. I believe, right?
If they don't show, you gotta dismiss, right?
They don't show for trial, yes, or if we get a citation that we didn't get, so we have to receive our citations 24 hours prior. For us to enter them into our system. And then if somebody shows up to pay a ticket and we don't have it from the police department. That's just, it has to be dismissed. And those also
Just
be
being
judged.
nosy.
Okay,
I was just being nosy.
right.
Council Proctor.
So if you don't get it put in your system, I mean, to pay it, they know they've got it, you have to dismiss it, they don't have to pay a fine.
If I don't have it, yes. Usually
the police department was good about getting them to us. I think, in that instance, I think we had, court set and they came to us too late, so therefore they had to be dismissed. But they weren't tickets, they were, I mean, they were not penalty assessments, but they were set for court. And our time never ran out.
What if they come, and I don't think this is probably gonna happen, or what if they come in and they say, I'm guilty, I did it, and I'm glad.
Well, then they pay their fine.
Okay,
No, they wouldn't, they'd still be dismissed, because we didn't have it.
that's what I was wondering.
Yep, by law, we have to dismiss it, even if they come in and say, I wanna change it to a penalty assessment.
Well, yes,
It's,
if
if
we
I don't
don't
have
have it
the
yet.
ticket, they have to be dismissed, that's.
Yes, if we don't,
Just because I kinda wondered. about it.
yeah, if we don't have it yet, it has to be dismissed, but if we have it and they say I'm guilty, they're guilty. It's pretty in there.
So it's not like,
Go ahead.
it's not like the county or the state police. If the cop doesn't show up here, you could be murdered. and Basically gone or DWI.
For trial? For trial?
No, just, well, if they're a witness in something.
If they're a witness, well, that would be at the discretion of the prosecutor, but in many cases, the officers are prosecuting in our court.
But yes, you're absolutely right, in district court, that is absolutely right, if the officer does not show up for trial or pre-trial, it's dismissed, same in man court. So if they don't show up, they're the witness, it's dismissed, no matter what it is.
Councilor Miller.
That's not the truth in Las Cruces. I've been to court many times there, and not for me. The officer never. Las Cruces does their own thing. But
Statutorily, that's the way it should be, I can't speak for everybody else.
Okay, maybe getting a little off the subject, about 100 miles.
I'm just
or something.
saying,
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next is the police department, the police chief. And the deputy chief. Never.
So for the month of November, Mayor, members of the council, good evening and Merry Christmas. Let me back up a little bit. I jumped ahead of myself. It's been a Monday. I apologize. We're working several different things today, so bear with me. November was pretty busy, and December is on track to be just as busy. We have 349 calls, and that's amongst all the officers, animal control. And that includes our traffic stops that we're doing as well. 27 reports were checked out and 2 crash reports were taken. So I'm pretty happy with the crashes. And they're all, I think one was on the side road. I think another one was on Highway 70. And neither one of them were injury crashes. So those are definitely out. The calls for service, we're still spending a lot of time at one. It is the season, so it was expected. Black Friday went off without a hitch. We had, I think, 1 incident Black Friday. And he received a non-traffic and go to jail, so that went pretty smoothly. Other than that, I will stand for any questions.
Councilor Proctor.
When you say Walmart, is it like
Steve,
that? They
Shoplifting. Yes, sir. Shoplifting.
They used to have an officer up there, 2 different people that just walked around.
So that's what they're doing, and they're doing a fantastic job. That's why we are so busy. They are catching people left and right.
when you catch them, you gotta do the report.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We have a really good working rapport. We finally got access to the report management system. So we can see how many repeat offenders, how many times they've been back in there since we've dealt with them. It's a really cool system. But they're doing a bang up job, and that's why we're there so much, is they're catching them and telling us.
Are they cited down here to our court?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Everything under $250. If they steal more than that, it has to go to magistrate.
Yeah,
I thought they could steal 1,000 and get away with it. That's just California.
That's
Talking
true.
about
So they're just gonna tell the judge, they were doing their Christmas shoplifting early this year.
Well, we had one that she tried very hard. I think the judge, you held your temper very well. Thank you. Because I was ready to take her back to jail. They can get Frank. They can get Frank.
Anything else, anything else?
See that one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, well, nothing. Was there something else?
Yeah, yes, sir, there is, and I'm gonna ask the city attorney if she has. If anybody has any, reason to move it up, if we can, and we'll just get that out of the way. I understand that there's a public hearing, and I was only hearing of that, but before this is invited.
And what is the agenda item?
The presentation is awarded.
Oh, okay. I think you probably need a motion to amend the agenda to move it up, if the mayor so inclined.
We have a motion to move that item. I was looking on down the line, but I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll make a motion to amend it so the police department can get in with the meritorious award.
Thank you. That would be item A on the new business. Is that what we're looking at? Yes. You have a second?
I'll second it.
You did?
Okay. Roll call?
Counselor Lacewell,
Hi,
Counselor Miller,
All right.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Bieber.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you ready to present that? And we're ready to do that.
So, this was pretty neat for me. He's our youngest officer, he's the youngest officer in the police academy, also Nevada Slip Center. He was the youngest officer in the police academy. His additional duty at the police academy was to do fire guard duty every night and every morning. More than once did we receive notices from his peers and the instructors that his maturity outweighed his age by years. They were super impressed. On August 29th, 2025, at approximately 5:40 PM, Officer Nevadas observed a motor vehicle crash that had rolled over on Country Club Road. Without hesitation and at great personal risk, Officer Nevadas, along with another good Samaritan, rendered aid and removed the driver out of the vehicle to safety. Officer Nevadas' quick thinking, courage, and selfless actions exemplify the traditions of the law enforcement profession and the core values of our department. Beyond this notable act of heroism, Officer Nevadas has continually displayed excellence in his daily service, sound judgment, calm demeanor under pressure, and unwavering sense of duty have earned him the respect of his peers, trust of the community. He's a model officer whose actions reflect both dedication to duty and genuine compassion. I wrote this memo to the chief requesting that, per our policy, that we award Officer Nevadas with the Meritorious Police Service Award, which was granted at the graduation last Friday. It was presented in front of his peers at the academy, which was very, very welcoming. And tonight we'd like to present you with your plaque and your pin.
That's my honor to award you this pen.
Right there, I believe this is the new employee, Middleton News. And he may want to visit with you or whatever. He got some big.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, members of council, thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good, yes,
I
guys.
went to graduation and showed some of the films and stuff. There was some other members up there along with the chief and the deputy chief and the mayor-elect. And it showed some of the people being tased. I've been tased before. That young man was tased in the back. And it didn't put him on his knees. They hit him with the second one. And it just barely did take him down. So not only is he strong-minded in his He was taking a lot of electricity.
Yeah, those and sometimes,
So congratulations on that offer.
Thank you, sir.
yeah, you gotta be tough. All they'd have to do is point that taser at me and I'd faint and go, that's going to. But, yeah, I understand that is pretty intense. You agree? Okay, that takes us to item 9 on the agenda, which is a public hearing. And this is an ordinance number 2025-08, an ordinance amending Title 3, Chapter 31, Section 31.02B and H of the city code. And I would open this public hearing at this time for public. Do we have anyone from public that would like to address the council's governing body? Okay, then we'll close that to the public and open the public hearing to the councilors.
Mayor Holman,
Yes, Councilor Lakeswell.
I'd like to make a statement.
Oh, go right ahead.
All right, councilors, today we have an opportunity to fix a problem we have suffered with for 2 years. I've given you each a letter, it should be there at your desk, but I'm going to read it for the benefit of the public. So it says, Dear Counselor, in the city of Ruidoso Downs, 6 elected officials comprise the 3 branches of local government: legislative, 4 councilors; executive, 1 mayor; and judicial, 1 judge. None of these 6 individuals has legal authority over any of the others. Councilors cannot tell the mayor or judge what to do, nor can they direct each other, and vice versa. When you were elected to serve as a city councilor by a majority vote of registered citizens, you agreed to take on certain responsibilities as stated in New Mexico state statutes and the city of Ruidoso Downs ordinances. One of the primary responsibilities of the city council is to hold council meetings, and that councilors are also responsible for establishing their own meeting procedures. In 2023, the then city clerk rewrote Ordinance 3102, letter D, giving unilateral power to the mayor to control the city council's agenda. This conflicts with both the US and New Mexico constitutions, as it places the executive branch in control of the legislative branch with respect to city council meetings. Under New Mexico statutes governing a non-home rule mayor council municipality without a manager or administrator, the city council, the governing body, is the entity legally empowered to set the agenda for its own meetings. The mayor's statutory role is limited to presiding over the meetings, not determining or controlling their content. In a memo dated August 4th, 2025, and I put that in the packet, our current temporary attorney, Nan Winter, stated, unfortunately, the Ruidoso Downs ordinance limiting agenda development to the mayor prohibits an act that the general law expressly authorizes. In that case, it was specifically the calling of a special meeting, but by connection, it also applies to setting the agenda. Municipal Attorney Ben Young was in Ruidoso Downs for a special meeting that the city council called on July 14th, 2025, when the mayor literally locked the city council out and barricaded the door. In regard to Ordinance 3102, letter D, he wrote, indeed, this is a bedrock principle of the democratic process in the United States. Legislators legislate and executives execute. A system allowing an executive to maintain absolute control over what the legislative body can do seems fundamentally flawed and contrary to state and federal law and to public policy. So today I urge you to restore the city councilor's authority by voting for the simple version of the ordinance, which reads like this. Letter D, agenda. The city clerk treasurer shall submit an agenda for all council meetings. shall prepare the agenda for all council meetings. Items for placement on the agenda may be submitted by the mayor and any member of the governing body. All reports, communications, ordinances, resolutions, contracts, documents, or other matters to be submitted for placement on the agenda shall be delivered to the city clerk treasurer at least 5 working days prior to each meeting. Upon receipt, the city clerk treasurer shall immediately arrange a list of these matters according to the order of business. Each councillor, the mayor, if applicable, the city administrator, and the city attorney will be furnished a copy of the minutes of the last meeting prior to the council meeting as far in advance of the meeting as time will permit. Time for preparation will permit. Councilors, the draft wording regarding letter D and the longer proposal that's included in our agenda today is simply a step backward. If it is just too close to the ordinance we're trying to get rid of, and it would continue to allow one person to be in control of the agenda, which is the responsibility of 4 elected city councilors. In summary, under New Mexico law, the legislative branch, the city council, determines its own agenda. The mayor does not possess statutory authority to approve or deny agenda items, and although we can give this power away, we should not allow any mayor to have that power. Over the last 2 years, we have seen how dangerous and limiting it is. I hope you will vote in favor of the first draft version of Ordinance 31.02 letter D that I just read above. If the new city council identifies changes that would improve the ordinance, we should allow them to make that decision during their term of service. I believe your best decision today to conclude this term in 2025 is to vote to restore the city council the rights and responsibilities granted under New Mexico state statutes and City of Ruidoso Down ordinances. Thank you.
Okay, I have the city attorney. Do you have anything to add to that?
Mayor, council, so there are 2 competing drafts amendments to the ordinance in your packet. And of course, you can do anything in addition to what's in there that you want to do. So Councilor Lacewell just pitched her draft amendment. I did assist her in structuring that. It is based on the ordinance before the 2023 change. The second proposal in your packet is essentially a rewrite, sort of a modernization of the current ordinance. Keep in mind that the current ordinance leaves agenda development to the mayor exclusively. Councilor Lacewell's opens that door quite a bit, allows anyone to, put something on the agenda. The second proposal in your packet would allow the mayor to develop the agenda if 2 councilors came to him and said, hey, we'd like to see this on the agenda. I did note that there was some concerns that one councilor might inundate the council or might take control of the agenda by constantly proposing legislation. And I think one way to avoid that is the second proposal, which is 2 of you get together and propose something to the mayor. There's probably another 6 different directions this could go. I do think these are both good proposals. And it is a policy call on your part. Whether you want to, go back to the language prior to 2023, or whether you want to, sort of modernize it and make this policy. There is one thing I would like to correct that Councilor Lacewell indicated. There is no law in New Mexico. There's no constitutional law that the council sets the agenda. There's no state statute that says council sets the agenda. The law is your ordinance. And your ordinance that you've lived with, unfortunately, for 2 years, precluded you from putting things on the agenda without going through, the mayor exclusively. So both proposals in front of you, moderate that authority. They moderate it in a different way. So again, it's totally your call. It's a policy call on your part, but I just want to indicate that there is no law on this. Last, Selena did ask me today whether I've seen this in other jurisdictions, and no, I have not seen this in other jurisdictions where, I mean, there's rules on procedure, but I've never seen a rule or an ordinance that dictated who put together the agenda. Generally speaking, in a strong mayor form of government, one of the councilors would approach the mayor and say, Mayor, I'd like to see the speed of traffic move down to 25 on the street, and mayor would typically put that on the agenda. So in the past, you all had some push-pull on, what you wanted to see on the agenda and what got on the agenda. And it played itself out in this way, unfortunately. So here we are today with two proposals in front of you. Again, you can go any way you want to go. You don't have to accept either one of them. You could modify them. Again, one is a return to where it was pre-2023, and the other is sort of a take on updating it and bringing it more. And at the same time, making sure that that there is no overwhelming submission of 5 or 6 or 7 agenda items. So that's sort of what you have to consider.
Mayor Holman?
Did that answer your question, Mayor?
Yes, well, I had down that you were gonna present.
Well, I thought I was.
presented.
I just presented,
What was left?
Good.
Question.
Nothing else.
The way you explain the second ordinance. That is a quorum. You have 2 city councilors and a mayor together. That is a quorum. So that's illegal. You cannot have 2 councilors and the mayor discussing something. That's wrong.
that would be wrong.
So that second one is no good at all.
I think in there, I think in there that it was saying that the 2 councilors signed off on the one agenda and
On
presented.
what they wanted to put on.
Right.
2 councilors and a mayor discussing anything. See, like,
And
the mayor has a vote.
Yeah.
It's a tie, and we almost always end up with a tie with 4 councilors. 99% of the time,
yeah, and
the last few years, for sure.
Mayor, Counselor, it's just, you're not discussing business, you're just discussing putting together an agenda. So
Yes.
I understand. It's a
sorry.
legitimate.
Well, it's still-
Mayor Holman?
But, councilors, I would suggest that if you have a question on this, check with the municipal league and our attorney agreed. Check with the municipal league and they will give you an answer. Councilor Proctor.
I'm just wanting, Councilor Lace trying to get back on and just go ahead and let her speak, and then I'll get on what I look at this one here.
Go ahead, Councilor Latham.
Thank you, Councilor Proctor. To clarify, Ms. Winter, I was not saying that the state and the US Constitution give the authority to the council to make their own agenda. The point with the Constitution is there's a separation of powers, and the executive branch should not be directing what the legislative branch does. The second point is, before this was changed the way it is, councilors could put in agenda requests on the agenda. Nobody approved it, it just went on the agenda. And the fear that some councilor might try to inundate the agenda is something the new mayor can deal with and the new council if it does become a problem. That's like saying if the sky turns purple, what are we going to do? We should go ahead and let it be the way it used to be, it was working. And then if it doesn't work, the new mayor and the new council can try to put limitations on someone who's trying to put too many items on the agenda.
Then why are we in?
We put it back like it should be. Sorry.
Councilor Proctor.
Okay, I'm reading this one, and apparently I do believe it's the first one that's drafted, if I'm not mistaken, and it says here, the mayor shall schedule item for future regular or other meeting agendas in a timely manner, generally no later than 45 days following the request, unless initiating council member gives a later date. So you're giving power back to me, you're giving power back to the mayor to postpone it for 45 days, and then you're looking at roughly every 2 weeks we have a meeting. So 2-3 meetings away, it can be put back on one of those 3 agendas. So you're still giving the power back to the mayor. I would like to have seen something to where the council and if the mayor would confer with the council. And if we had too many things on the agenda, one person wrote too many things for the agenda. 1, 2, 3, you pick the one that you want most on the agenda. The other 2 will be programmed later on other council meetings. I don't see that here. And this is sticky. I don't see, I agree with our legal counsel that we can't set by law. It doesn't say that we've set it on the agenda. It doesn't say that we can set his agenda for us. It just says we have to let someone know in City Hall that we want to be put on the agenda. It's not rocket science. The mayor, excuse me, Randy Holman, but I want to bring up the former mayor prior to you, Gary Williams. He would contact the councilors and ask them, okay, you've got 3 items on here. Which one do you want to pick first? Or explain to me what this is supposed to do or what it's supposed to be said. He would deal with that individual right then over that. To me, that would be the way to do it. It does say that the mayor and the councilors are supposed to work collaborating together to form an agenda of a governing body and take care of business. And hopefully we can get past all this. We can get all this done without any animosity, without bringing up a 1.5 years or 2 years of the past and stuff like that. It is what it is. We can pick the first one, the second one, or put it to rest until we have a better definition of it. Right now, I'm on the fence.
Mayor Holman?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir. Councilor Proctor, the first version does address it to be the way you just suggested. When the councilors give things to the city clerk, the mayor gives things to the city clerk, the directors of the departments give things to the city clerk. She just stacks them all up on the agenda. Then at the beginning of the meeting, when the mayor says, may I have a motion to approve the agenda? That's the time where a councilor could say, I think there's too many things on the agenda, or a specific thing on the agenda doesn't need to be on the agenda. And then we would all vote to approve the agenda with the deletion, perhaps, of a suggestion, or with the postponement of a suggestion, or to go with what is on the agenda. That way, the entire governing body, 5 people, the mayor and the 4 councilors, all have an opportunity to decide what should or should not be on that agenda.
Councilor Baker.
This is kind of off the wall, but I just think y'all need to chill out and wait till the next mayor gets in here, and then if it ain't right, then fix it. But son of a gun, we can't fight every time we come in here. We can't tell the lawyer what the laws are, and we can't tell everybody how we want it run. So I think that this should be put on hold until the new crew comes in and are sworn in and take the next deal.
Mayor? Oh, I'm sorry, Judy, go ahead.
I just think the ordinance was working the way it was until we had the past people tried to change it, and they did change it. Because nobody expected them to change that ordinance. I've been here many years, and I've never had an attorney and a clerk change an ordinance. I wasn't expecting that. And it did not work because they did it for certain reasons. And I'm telling you, we went through a lot. the last few years. And I have put this ordinance back on. Tried to put it back on the agenda 8 times. And I didn't succeed. And to me, there was something really wrong. And that ordinance worked all the time for us. Until our power was taken away from us. So they may not fix it, and if they don't fix it, they could go the same way it's been. And what I'm saying, all of us that lived through it should fix it before the next group comes in.
I
That's what
agree.
Just
City
so,
Clerk.
just so all the counselors are on the same page, on your attachments, so this is section 31, so the proposed from 12-1 is what Councilor Lacy will propose. And the first one, 12-4, that's the second one, just so everybody knows which one we're talking about, version 1 and version 2. Did you find it?
Mayor?
Yeah, I looked at it, but.
Yes, Council Lakeford.
Mayor Holman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the December first version of this change to statute 31, to city ordinance 31.02 letter D.
Okay, I think, Council Lakeland, before we do that, I think we have to close the public hearing and then entertain Council Proctor's agreement.
And I think that, Council Baber was short of making a motion on his statement a while ago, that he might need to reiterate that.
I just make a motion that we put it on hold until that crew comes in, because I don't wanna vote for something that they don't want. And nothing's gonna change about this. It can be right back up. That's all I'm saying is I'm not gonna vote for Maria or for Rob on something that,
And the other mayor,
yes, sir.
I understand that, I
Yeah.
understand it, because they have to live up to the next.
Exactly. Yeah. That's like they, them 2 years ago, they done it to us, and I didn't think it was right then, I don't think it's right now. But that's just me.
No, you're always so logical, you know? And this is another instance. I agree. I really wanted this to happen after the other mayor takes, the oath of office. I really wanted all of this to happen with the new council and this kind of thing, but, didn't happen, but that's okay. We'll do it this way. Yes, sir.
Again, all Council Baber's gotta do is I make a motion to postpone this or put this on the back burner until the new, elected officials.
That's what I just did on hold.
Okay, if you make that a motion, then all we need is a second.
Second.
Do we have a second?
I'll give a second.
We have a motion and a second.
Mayor, I would just like to state that you need to close the public hearing.
We're in the process of voting.
Councilor Miller?
No,
Have we closed the public hearing meeting? I mean,
Nope.
close.
I don't have.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
You close it. Yeah. Close it.
Motion behind it, right? Yep.
Councilor Miller?
no,
Councilor Lacewell?
This was garbled. I don't know what we're voting on.
I have a motion on the floor from Councilor Baber to postpone this item to the next council takes office, and I have a second from Councilor Proctor. When you made your motion, they don't have a second, so the motion died. So right now, the roll call was for the postponement of this item.
I didn't know she made a motion.
She
Thank
did,
you,
but-
Cindy. The hearing had not, Judy, when I made a motion, the hearing had not been closed. And city clerk, my vote is no.
Councilor Proctor,
Aye.
Councilor Baber,
Yeah, no.
You ready for my- you
Mayor
ready for
Holman.
that vote?
Mayor Holman.
I vote aye, yes.
Motion carries to postpone to the next council first regular meeting.
So
And Mayor, let me make an observation. Effective January, there'll be a new mayor. And he'll be operating under the old ordinance. There's nothing that precludes him or you from submitting agenda items for him to consider. So it could be that they just get treated differently come January. You know what I'm saying? So. It's a. And when I pointed out to Selena that mostly in other jurisdictions, people just have a conversation. Nothing stops that conversation from happening in January, given the way the ordinance is written now. Am I making myself clear? I mean, I know that you've lived with this heartburn for 2 years. But it's up to the mayor, right? And everyone is different. So what I'm saying is that, it might not be, enforced the same way it was enforced in the past. So,
I've got a question.
sure.
Yes.
If it continues the same ordinance without changes, is it 6 months before they can change it?
Mayor, Madam
Yes.
Counselor, I think the answer is no. I think for whatever reason. In the last 2 years. For whatever reason. You were stopped from bringing that up or even calling a special meeting. And I think, after I came on. You learned how to call a special meeting the right way. And if push comes to shove, you would have to do the same thing again. Although, we're all hopeful
Just continuing then.
that things will change. But you do have a mechanism now. I mean, today's is a perfect example. What happened today could happen in January again. And I think that was the,
I mean, to
Yes.
rewrite the ordinance.
Correct.
Is there a 6 month
no,
wait? That's
No.
what I've read.
no.
You can bring it right back up. That's what I said. After they get in. You don't bring it back up if you want to.
I've read differently.
I know what you're talking about. I'll
Yeah.
look it up.
I read differently.
Yeah, I
You have
think
to wait so many weeks or so many months.
that's generally true with a planning and zoning issue. So you can't come back in with a new zoning application or a planning application within 6 months. It's not true on an ordinance amendment, otherwise we'd be frozen.
Is that because of a new administration then?
The planning and zoning,
No. The city council,
okay, so you're worried that the administration won't allow you to bring it back up?
yes.
No, it's already on the agenda for the first meeting in January of next year.
Well, I haven't seen that agenda.
What? She just wrote it down. We just postponed it. We just voted on it.
Okay,
It's postponing was the.
To be changed. if,
It's gonna be put on the next agenda, the first agenda in.
If things don't go the way they're supposed to go.
And I'll check on the 6-month rule, but
that's what I read.
I think what you're worried about, I think what you're concerned about is planning and zoning.
No, any ordinance, it's any ordinance.
That doesn't make sense because that means you would never be allowed to postpone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
When
And you'll have
I
another.
need to bring it up again, to bring it up again. Maybe a postpone's different. I don't know.
Well, you are postponed.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe that's different then.
Yes,
But to bring an ordinance up that's been passed, I think it's 6 months.
I'll check on that. I don't think it's relevant in the
I
situation
hope
because
not.
you're postponing.
I don't want to pass on problems.
You can take as many meetings as you need to amend an ordinance.
Okay,
And the more the merrier.
Yeah.
The more public outreach, the merrier,
okay.
okay?
Mayor?
Yes, Rob.
Wait. On this, speaking about this here, I've read it what it was in the last one. All we have to do, legal counsel on this is look at it and just draw a line through before it gives the mayor the, right powers, gives him the power of the agenda. We could just line that item out, couldn't we? Just leave it like it is?
That's what we did.
No. We added a bunch, we added other stuff in there. 45.
No, I'm sorry. Counselor Proctor, we didn't add anything.
I've got the floor.
And he's correct.
So what I'm getting at is we don't have to have, it's already written in the law, okay? all we need to do, and I'll ask our legal attorney here, ask her right now, is if we go in there and just black line out the area that gives the mayor total power of the agenda and then leave it like it is, that would be accessible that way too, without going through all this that we're going through tonight. That'd be possible.
Mayor, Counselor, yes. There, we did, one of these drafts that with the strikeout of what gave the map, gave the mayor the power. But keep in mind, it didn't have to be effectuated that way, but it was. Do you know what I'm saying? There is then a new sentence added that says, items for placement on the agenda may be submitted by the mayor and or any member of the governing body. That's new. But you are correct. You can just strike out that sentence. And if you do just strike out that sentence, what you're left with is essentially what was pre-2023, where it was sort of silent on who did the agenda development.
That's, I would highly recommend that's the way we go without trying to reinvent the wheel and just go that way with it. Just black line it out. That's it, done with it. You don't have to add nothing to it. And go with it that way. That's something we can bring up in the next meeting in January. And with the new council, I understand. I know how Councilor Bailey felt. There was a lot of rules changed, a lot of things done different from the 23 council that we had no say so in anything. And it just, I don't want to do that to the new people coming in. I want to give them a chance to get their feet on the ground and give them a chance to kick the ball and, go from there. And I'm sure that regardless of which way this goes, or however it goes, that myself and Councilor Lacewell will help the other two people that won the seats of the council and welcome the new mayor in. And I do believe that all three will work for the community and work for this governing body. And I believe that solely. I rest, Mayor.
Thank you. Don't forget.
The main thing is going back to what I said, we just gotta give them, benefit. You know, I mean, then if they screw it up, then get after them. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe we're done with this issue and we've already even had the vote, so we can go to, move it. We've already done item A. Item B is approval of notice of intern to adopt ordinance number 2025-09, amending the CORD Code of Ordinance Title 3, Administration, Chapter 30, Mayor, Section 30.03, compensation.
Notice of intent of the item as read and this is on compensation for the position of the mayor.
Okay, so we have a motion
I'll second it.
and a second. Councilor Prop.
Yes, Mayor, it's just time when we get down to the C, I will make my comments on both of them at the same time and get the understanding of what we'll be doing.
Okay, you want to address both of them? I guess we can we do that? We're actually gonna be addressing
Mayor Holman, I believe what Councilor Proctor, and correct me if I'm wrong, you would like to address your comments on this item on the next item, correct?
With the next item.
With the next item.
Yes, so we're not bouncing back and forth.
That's fine.
Good.
One vote. One vote.
Okay,
No,
good.
it would be 2 votes.
2 votes.
Yeah, we just approve this and we'll go on to the next one and I'll.
Okay, so could we then finish with this and if you have no objection, the other two councilors, we could just go to item C.
We had to approve B.
You have to approve D first.
You got a motion and a second on it already.
We need a vote.
Counselor Baber,
What you said, I'm not ready to vote. The B, and is all it is for the mayor and the council getting more money, right?
Yes, but that's what I want to get into, explaining both of them at the same time, because it concerned both of them, both of them are parallel, like drink, right? Okay, yeah.
More or less.
That's what we're voting on,
yes,
just so we can talk about both of them.
Right.
Okay.
so we can schedule a public hearing, it's what the approval and notice of intent will do tonight, and this one is just for the mayor. This vote will just be for the ordinance, just the mayor.
To be discussed.
Yes, to be on the agenda to have a public hearing for us.
Yes.
You said you're approved.
Chris Goins.
Counselor Lacewell?
Since this doesn't apply to anybody for 2 years, is it possible that we can determine right now that the public hearing will not take place until after the organizational meeting?
Mayor, I'm not sure what the question is.
Repeat your statement, please, Counselor Maxwell.
So we're voting to allow this to go to public hearing. I just don't want the public hearing to happen on the same day as the organizational meeting. So do we have to set the public hearing for immediately, or can we set the public hearing for after the organizational meeting?
Mayor, I think the intent here is to get this passed in 2025. So it would happen before the organizational meeting. In other words, for it to be effective, it would have to be heard. For it to apply to the incomings, it would have to be heard in 2025.
That is correct. And if we don't do that, then I don't think it is gonna happen. So you have a new mayor and new councilors coming in. That this has to be decided tonight.
Mayor,
Councilor Cross.
I call for a special meeting, December 26th, year 2025, in these council chambers concerning item B and concerning item C with the new council or with this council, either approving or disapproving what the discussion will take place on the 26th day of December.
I accept it.
5:30, I'm sorry.
And you've already got a second. Counselor Baker.
Wait, we don't take votes on special meetings, so, and that's not on the agenda, so if
I
you're,
have to go to Councilor Lacewell. How do you feel with
there you go.
how do you feel about the special meeting on the 26th day of December? This year at 5:30 in these chambers?
I don't like that idea, but I have a question for our attorney. Nan, doesn't the state statute say that it has to be this process you're talking about right this minute has to take place before the election? It's not before they're seated, it's before they're elected.
No, it's before they take office. So, Mr. Mayor, I think it's a constitutional provision that indicates that, or forbids a governing body from taking action on their own compensation.
Yes.
So, this council would have to act for it to apply to the incomings on January 1.
I got a question for you, but only half of them's gonna get it.
Mr. Mayor, Counselor, that is correct. So.
How it always works.
Yes, that's how it will always work. So it would be, up to the next council to decide 2 years from now, whether or not the next officials would get it. But in Mr. Proctor's case and Ms. Lacewell's case, their successors 2 years from now would get this. But they would not get it.
Right.
Right. So it would only apply, if passed in 2025, it would only apply to the incoming mayor.
When two councils.
Correct.
Unless they get reelected.
But
Well,
if I run for, excuse me, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
If I run again, the way I understand the law, if I run again, then you get reelected, then I would get what that increase would be because my time is up.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct. So yes. And if you
Mayor?
look, I'm I'm sorry, Mayor, and if you look at, jurisdictions where this has happened, it's pretty common that some are not getting any compensation, or some are getting compensation. And some are getting less compensation than others. Because of your elections are staggered, so it's very.
Well, that's what you were addressing, wasn't it, Council Proctor?
Yes, it was, sir.
So Councilor Lakesville, then what part of Councilor Proctor's statement do you have a problem with?
Well, I want to ask Ms. Winter another clarification question. Does this apply to the time they take the oath, or does this apply to the time they sit in as chair?
Let me get to the Constitution, I'll read it to you directly, Mr. Mayor, hold on, give me a minute.
Good words.
But no, the oath is irrelevant, Mr. Mayor, the oath should happen in December, but let me get to the Constitution.
Happening December 22nd.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, it's Article 4, Section 27 of the New Mexico Constitution. Article 4, called Legislative Department, Section 27. I mean, there's not a lot of magic here, it's a really short sentence, as I recall. Scrolling.
One statement. The last. The very last time we got raised. There's like, I voted for it. I didn't get it. I voted. But when I ran the next time, that's when you get the raise.
Right.
And
There, I think what the, is 1 January. Is when they actually take their seat.
Correct.
That is when that's when they start drawing it.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, here's the section. It's again, Article 4, Section 27. No law shall be enacted giving any extra compensation to any public officer, servant, agent, or contractor after services are rendered or contract made, nor shall the compensation of any officer be increased or diminished during his term of office, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution. The term of office in this case is January 1. So that's
Thank
why,
you.
why it would have to be done in 2020.
So you got the 26th.
Okay, now,
Council Proctor,
I will go back. Thank you, Mayor. I can go back. Well, I have called for a special meeting on the 26th day of this month at 5:30 PM in these chambers. Do you agree to that special meeting?
Well, I will not be in the state, and no, I do not agree to a special meeting.
Okay. Council Baker.
Yes, sir.
Council Miller.
yes,
I say aye.
That's 3. You're good to go.
Kaysville City Clerk. You got that special meeting and the date.
And I have a motion on the floor of Councilor Proctor Miller move to approve 2509 there for the intent. And I have one vote for Councilor Faber. You did say aye.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Right,
That's
and you did approve the intent, so Councilor Miller, and for approval of the intent. Councilor Proctor,
Aye.
Councilor Lacewell,
I'm still confused about the timing on this. The intent is to have a special, to hold a public hearing. The public hearing has to be held before the end of the year. So what day would the special hearing be? I mean,
Councilor,
yes,
Special meeting is going to be held on the 26th day of this month, December of
I
2000.
understand. Thank you, Counselor. Thank you, Counselor Proctor. I understand that. My question is, we can't change an ordinance without a public hearing. So when is the public hearing?
December 20, oh, sorry, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Mayor, members of council, December 26th, which is a Friday at 5:30, would cover the statutorial requirements to hold a public hearing to address both 2509 and 2510, which are both for the compensation of the mayor and the council. Councilor Proctor has called that meeting for that time, which meets state requirements that demands that timing for the public hearing to take place that date. That still gives the public hearing the authority. If it's passed on the 26th, it will be in effect prior to January 1.
Yes.
So he's
Okay.
called the meeting. But
He called a special meeting for the purpose of a public hearing.
for both ordinances, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so, and those, the three counselors have already approved that. So now you're wanting us to vote on the intent to give the mayor a raise.
To have that ordinance for the raise for the mayor on that special meeting agenda. Yes, ma'am. So we have 3 affirmative for the approval of the intent to give the mayor the compensation, public hearing on the 26th. So that's what the vote is on the roll call.
All right, I vote aye.
Okay, motion carried.
Okay.
Okay, we have two. I think Council Proctor's already voted aye.
Yes.
Motion
They
carried.
voted- They voted aye.
So the vote is unanimous, Mayor. Yeah.
Okay,
So the next item will be C.
okay. Item C is approval of notice of intent to adopt ordinance number 2025-10, amending the CORD, City of Reynosa Downs
Congratulations, Mayor.
Code of Ordinance Title III Administration. Chapter 31, City Council, Section 31.01, Establishment, Members, Duties, D, Compensation.
I make a motion, to approve of item C.
You have a motion in a second. Discussion, yes,
Is this not gonna double up with the other one for the special meeting? No, this, both of these gonna be on a special meeting. And okay, and if I may have one,
yes, sir.
okay, what's gonna happen here real quick is that this has already been drawn out, the floor plan's already been laid, and the council will have 2 options that they can vote with to give the mayor a pay raise, to give the councils a pay raise. They can go through one of those options, or they can deny them. Okay, that will happen on the 26th.
Okay.
Yes. And all that'll be discussed in that meeting.
So this is it. Okay,
So Counselor Baber,
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Miller,
Aye.
Counselor Lacewell.
Aye.
And Counselor Proctor.
Aye.
Motion carried.
before we adjourn, I would like to compliment the counselors. You've been doing a great job. And the city clerk, counselors, I want you to know is she's been doing a tremendous job. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you for that recommendation.
Thank you.
And I believe you in all parts.